We're very proud to host the Karajan MusicTech conference for the 7th time. And it's all because of this man, because of Herbert von Karajan, who was a visionary music innovator. He was the driving force behind many innovations in music. He founded the Easter Festival here in Salzburg, a visionary thing to do, where he could stage his own operas, be an opera director. You see him here on stage with the Valkyries in a rehearsal. For the conductor to be on stage to do this, you had to actually record the whole orchestra before you even went into rehearsals so that you could play the music from the background. It was really ingenious because also for the performance then you had the record in the stores, which was great. Karajan did, together with his team, amazing immersive experiences in the opera house. Look at the stage, how wide it is. He used the technology to let people fly around. These are the Rhine maidens underwater in a Wagner opera. But he was also, and this is perhaps the reason why he sold more than 300 million records, as much as the Beatles, more than the Rolling Stones, one of the superstars in the 20th century. He was using multi-track recording technology like no one else before him. You see here taking a studio to the orchestra, recording each and every instrument group on its own, and then mixing that in the studio, made fantastic recordings, which are still at the very top end of today's recordings. Karajan was also the inventor of the music film. Sometimes I jokingly say he invented MTV, music television, bringing music into a studio and then creating the visuals scene by scene, apart from the music recording, not a live recording, but like a Hollywood movie. That was his invention. And here you see him. He was really engaged in the production process. That's him with Henri Clouzot, famous French director. And what he is maybe most famous for in the music industry is his involvement and championship of the digital recording technology, in particular the compact disc. And the compact disc was presented to the world here in Salzburg on the invitation of Herbert von Karajan. And the gentleman next to Herbert von Karajan is the founder of Sony, with whom he worked intensively to make the CD, the compact disc, a huge success. A lot of people don't know that in Salzburg, we had the first non-Japanese or US CD printing plant in the world. And to this very day, it exists and it produces Blu-rays for games, video games, and other things that we will be discussing today later on. So Karajan is really the inventor of all of this, and he looked into the future further and farther than anyone else. He said near the end of his life, I've been born 10 years too early because I will not be able to see all of the great things that come out of digital technology. He also said, all of music will be in a little knob in our ear in the future. And he said that in the early 80s. Think about how far ahead he was looking. It's his passion for the future that also gave him the idea to create symposia that he was holding during the Easter Festival. So after the Easter Festival, he would get together with thinkers like Werner Heisenberg, physicists, philosophers from various different disciplines to really think about where are we headed, what are the important topics in music today. And that's the blueprint for our conference, for the Karajan MusicTech conference. Like him, we try to look into the future. We maybe don't look that far as he does, but we have a pretty good track record too, I think. We started the first classical music hackathon in the world in 2012. We did a blockchain hackathon in 2018, a virtual reality concert in 2019. We did the first hybrid conference in 2020. When we were shortly before the conference, the lockdown came, and then everyone said, oh, you're surely not going to do the conference. And we said, no, if someone has to do it, it's us. So we had 2 weeks to move everything online. It was an amazing time in that sense. We also discovered quite a few startups here at this conference. People who came with ideas, with maybe angel investment, maybe not. They found their investors. I want to mention Musimaps, which is an AI startup which was recently acquired. I want to mention Mimi Technologies, who have this amazing technology that gives you personalized hearing, makes you hear better again if you have problems with your hearing. And those technologies are now in a lot of different devices. And I'm very proud that they all started here at this event.